molester van. The night air hit like cold water. Engines roared as the garage door lifted, sound vibrating through bone and concrete. Richie shot out first, dirt bike screaming as the throttle twisted hard. Whomp followed half a second later, engine growling beneath him like it wanted blood. Streetlights blurred into streaks as they tore through Compton. The city watched them pass, faces on porches, silhouettes behind curtains, eyes that knew better than to ask questions. Richie rode aggressive, weaving lanes, scanning every parked car, every slow-moving van. His head snapped left and right, hunting. Hump pulled up beside him at a light that flickered yellow, then red. "You looking for the van?" Hump shouted over the engines. Richie nodded once. No words. Didn't need any. They rolled past MLK Park, and Richie cut his engine suddenly, coasting to the curb. Hump followed, bikes rumbling low before going quiet. The night rushed in around them. Sirens distant, wind moving through trees, the city breathing. That's when Whomp heard it. "Help, please, somebody help me!" The scream tore through him. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was desperate. Hump's stomach dropped. Richie was already moving. They ditched the bikes behind a dumpster, footsteps light on grass and cracked concrete as they slipped into the park. The air felt wrong here, too still, too dark. A police cruiser sat parked crooked near the trees. Hump felt relief for half a heartbeat. Then he saw the girl. She was small, backpack still on, shoes scraping uselessly against the hood of the cruiser as a uniformed officer shoved her forward. His pants were around his knees. His voice was low and cruel. "Shut up," the officer growled. "Nobody hearing you." The girl sobbed harder. Hump froze. His ears rang. His vision tunneled. The world narrowed until there was nothing but the girl's face and the man hurting her. Richie whispered, "Get the girl." Hump didn't remember deciding. He just moved. His body surged forward faster than it ever had before, muscles burning hot instead of tired. The officer turned too late. Hump's kick smashed into the side of the man's jaw. Bone cracked. Teeth flew. The officer staggered back, reaching for his gun. Richie slammed into him from behind, knee driving upward with a sickening crunch. The officer dropped to his knees, choking, hands flying instinctively to his groin. Hump saw the gun, saw the girl's eyes, saw the way her whole body shook. He grabbed a brick from the ground and brought it down on the officer's skull. Once. The officer collapsed, twice. Blood spread across the dirt. Hump raised the brick again and stopped. The officer's chest rose and fell. Barely. Richie was already with the girl. He ripped his shirt off and wrapped it around her shoulders. "You safe," Richie said, voice low, steady. Not angry, not loud. "Go home. Don't stop." The girl stared at them for a half-second longer, eyes wide and broken. Then she ran. Hump stood there shaking, brick slipping from his hand. His heart slammed so hard it felt like it might break through his ribs. "What the fuck?" Whomp breathed. Richie spat on the ground near the officer's head. "Fuck him." Sirens wailed somewhere far off. Too far to help her. Too close to help them. They were gone before the city caught up. The ride back felt longer. The engines roared, but Hump barely heard them. His mind replayed the scene on a loop, the scream, the look in the girl's eyes, the sound of bone breaking under his foot. Something inside him felt different. Not proud, not scared, locked. Back at the condo, the garage door hadn't even fully closed before Greg and Walter stepped out. They saw the blood immediately. "What happened?" Greg demanded. Richie answered first, fast, blunt, no hesitation. Walter didn't interrupt. His face drained of color as the story unfolded. Hump tried to talk when Richie finished, but his throat tightened. He swallowed hard. "She was just a kid," Whomp said quietly. Greg sat down hard on the edge of a workbench, elbows on his knees. "Y'all put hands on a cop." "He wasn't acting like one," Richie snapped. Walter finally spoke. "He'll talk." Earl stepped into the light. He hadn't yelled, hadn't joked. He just looked at Hump with eyes sharper than Hump had ever seen them. "You boys crossed a line tonight," Earl said softly. Richie squared up. "Good," Earl shook his head. "Dangerous." He stepped closer, voice dropping low. "Once you see behind the badge," Earl said, "they don't let you go back." Hump swallowed. "He was hurting her." "I know," Earl said, "and you did right." He paused. "But now they're going to notice you." Silence filled the garage. That night, nobody slept. Hump lay awake staring at the ceiling, ribs aching, knuckles throbbing. Every time he closed his eyes, he heard the scream again. Down the hall, Earl sat alone in the dark, police scanner glowing faint green. Static crackled. "Officer down." Possible assault, MLK Park. Earl closed his eyes. They're back, he whispered. Same ghosts, same games. And somewhere across the city, a white van rolled through the night, unseen, untouched, carrying secrets that didn't want to stay buried. When you're ready, say